Hello guys, Zennosh here, and today I'm gonna discuss about the Zeno in Epic 7. Yes guys, this is Zeno, one of my favorite units in this game right now because he was a free-to-play unit. I mean, he's a free-to-play unit. I hope that you guys caught him up with the event that just ended, like a few days ago. And God, he's really a very great unit. So let's start discussing about him. Why is he really a great unit? So let's start with his first skill. This attacks with thorns with 25% chance to stun for one turn. Damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's max health. So you can easily see that like he is a HP based hero. That means like more the HP he has or hit points he has or more the life he has, then he will be dealing a lot more damage, right? So it is a gateway for him to becoming like a tanky damage dealer, a tanky DPS hero, right? And then he has a 25% chance to stun as well, which is really great guys. 25% chance to stun, especially in the PvP battles. If you stun like one opponent for one turn, that can actually give you a lot of advantage in that battle guys. And with skill enhance, if you further skill enhance him, then there is a +5 and +5 effect chance increase. That means you will have a total of 35% chance to stun, which is really good percentage. That is really great guys. Just with 25% I am really able to dish out a lot of stuns in the PvP battles, which is really great guys. And I hope you guys have those kind of chances as well in the PvP. So going into the second skill, this is really pretty interesting. Increases defense and damage of ancient beast by 5%. When the enemy uses a non-attack skill, can stack up to 10 times. So if the enemy is using like healing or any kind of sort of skill that is not gonna deal any damage to you guys, like buffing up their team or whatever that is, especially in the PvP content, right? So that can be really helpful for this Zeno guy, because he is gonna increase his defense and the damage of the ancient beast, meaning his final skill, by 5%. And 10 times stacking, that means 50% boost, right? So with skill enhance, you can actually have a total of 3% effect boost, so that will make it like 8%. So 8 times 10, 80%. So that means that like this guy right over here can easily have the highest defense in the game, just like that guys. 80% increase in defense. Oh my god, I really don't have any idea that if this skill resets like every battle, just like what do you call this, Violet, right, with his final skill, which actually resets every battle, right? If this does not reset, then I think this is kind of OP. It's kind of overpowered. I think it resets after moving from one battle to another battle, right? Now let's go into the third skill, okay, or the final skill, or the special skill, which is called the Ancient Beast. And guys, this is really great skill guys. I am in really love with this skill. Summons an ancient beast to attack all enemies with a 55% chance to silence for one turn and inflicting bleeding for 2 turns. This is so great guys. Silence is really good in PvP battles, because like if you can silence the whole team at the like at the beginning of the battle, then guys, you guys can easily have the upper hand in that battle. With silenced, the opponent team cannot use their final skill and their other skills, right, dealing like a very huge damage to you guys. And then like in PvP battles, obviously the team who uses their final skill the first or dish out a lot of damage at the first do have a great advantage in this game guys, a great advantage. I've seen a lot of videos where there are like these units who use their final skill, right, just like Ludwig. Yes, just like Ludwig, if he uses his final skill, then like it's a KO. It's a game over thing, okay? And I've seen those kind of videos in the YouTube, and then like it's really insane guys, it's really insane, and that can be devastating to you guys. But if you guys use the silence, and then you have such kind of like other damage dealers, AoE damage dealers, then you guys can have the upper hand very easily. And 55% chance is not really that bad, it's really good. And then like when you skill him up, you get an extra 15% of effect chance. That means like you can have a total of 70% to inflict the silence and bleeding for 2 turns, which is so great, guys, so great. And it's a AoE skill, so I am in really love with this one. And if you actually use the soul burn effect, that means like it will consume 20 soul. It will grant you an extra turn as well. Wow. Meaning like with an extra turn you can actually stun an enemy, right? You can stun, and then you will have a one cooldown right away, right? 1 turn cooldown right away. So that's it for that one. And then obviously awaken him, I mean like awaken him right away. And when you awaken his third skill, then before awakening it only has the 55% chance to silence for 1 turn, but after awakening the third one, right, the third one, this one, it has the ability to cause bleeding for 2 turns. So which is really great, guys. As soon as you get the Zeno, you should be awakening him right away in his up to his third skill, okay? Third stage, what do you call it, third stage, right? Yes, the third stage, yes. So that one for there. And then the next one is that, like, obviously, guys, as you can see that like this final skill is also dependent upon his max health, right? And the first one is also dependent upon his max health. That means like he's a HP based hero. Higher the HP he has, higher his damage will be, higher the damage he will dish out in PvP or any kind of other game content, right? So you really have to focus on the gears, or let's say the equipments that can afford him, or that can bestow him a lot of HP, right? So that means what can be more better equipment for him rather than the health set. So I have really equipped him with the health set. You can actually go for like 2 health sets, right? And then 1 hit set, okay? You can actually go with the hit set so that you can actually increase his chance for his final skill, which is this one, to inflict the silence and the bleeding, okay? And as well as the stun as well. So like with effectiveness, because like if the enemy have a lot of resistance, then it might be hard to inflict the silence or the bleeding, so that can be a problem, right? But if you have a lot of health also at the same time, then you can dish out a lot of damage. For right now, you can see that my equipment is all health set right over here. And then obviously this the weapon and the helmet and the armor, these all are like flat stats, so you really don't have to care about them. But when it comes to the boots, then you really have to go for the speed, because like the more speed he has, the more chances he will be using his all skills, and especially his first skill that can actually deal stun, right? So that can be really great, guys. And with his third skill, the special skill, he can actually cause those kind of like silence and bleeding, which can be really effective, and then of course dealing a lot of damage at the same time. So speed for the boots, right? And then when it comes to the ring, please go with the effectiveness. You can also go with the SP percentage if you really want to go with the pure damage dealing type, but I would really stick to effectiveness, so that he has a slightly greater chance of landing the debuff on the enemies or the opponents, right? And finally, when it comes to the necklace, then really go with the health set. I mean like the health percentage, okay? Not the flat health, but the health percentage. Why? Obviously because he's a HP based hero, and then like health will be the best thing that you will be having with him. And also when you are selecting the equipments, then obviously for the substat, you really need to go for the HP percentage boost, which I really don't seem to have right now. For let's say like this one, right? Health plus 17%. Yes, just like that. And great thing is that, like, you know what, when you go into the arena and you really have a lot of like conquest points, right? You can easily buy in the shop. Where is it? Just a moment, guys. Right here in the shop. Especially if you guys are the beginner, then you can really put your eyes on these equipments, okay? This one right over here, these all are so good for him, for Zeno, guys. You can also get it like months per your account, but guys, this is really worth it. It's like a tier 6, right? Equipments, so these are really good, guys. All have like health percentage boost, okay? All have the substat of health percentage boosting, and I already have claimed like 2 of these equipments, and 2 of them are left, and as soon as I get them, I will be equipping them on my Zeno right away, because this will benefit him a lot. And talking about the artifact for the Zeno, So talking about the artifact for the Zeno, obviously I would really love to give him, you know, you can actually give him the Abyssal Crown as well, because like there's a 25% chance to stun the enemy for 1 turn when attacking if it stacks. Okay, I believe it stacks, but if it does not stack with this first skill, then that would be a big shame. But if it does stack, then that means like there is a 35 plus 24% chance of stunning an enemy. Damn, that is a lot, guys. That is a lot. I mean, like this, you know, like there is more than 50% chance to stun an enemy. That is so great, guys. That is so great. And I would really love to see that happening. And the next one is obviously the Etika Scepter, right? 50% chance to decrease skill cooldown by an additional turn, like meaning 1 turn at the beginning of the turn. So that is so good. It's not like a beginning of the battle, but beginning of the turn. So like if it's gonna, you have the 50% chance to decrease skill cooldown, that means like you can be spamming his, you know, the third skill over and over and over again. So that is so good, guys. You will be silencing your opponent over and over again. Dang, you will have a greater hand in, like you will have a great advantage during the battles. Okay, the next one is obviously this one. Reduces skill cooldown by 1 turn when an enemy is killed and increases the damage of the next attack by 36%, which is so good, but it can only be activated once per skill. So I'm not really you know, like so sure about this one, because like it says like it can only be activated once per skill, which I'm really still confused about. If you guys have any good idea about this one, please mention in the comment section below. I would really love to hear about more explanation on this one, because like if it can only be activated like once per skill, that would be really bad, meaning like a total of 3 skill, right? So a total of 3 times during the whole entire map scenario, that would be a little bit bad, I guess. Anyways, guys, I would love to hear your comments and other things like that. So those are the 3 artifacts that I really love you guys to have it. Whereas for right now, for my Zeno, I'm actually using this Prophetic Candlestick right now, because it has a 20% chance to reduce cooldown by 1 turn when attack can be activated once per turn. So good, guys, it's really good, because like we have to focus on any kind of artifact that can actually boost his hit points or help him you know, like cooling down his skill. Okay, his skill cooldown, resetting his skill cooldown or decreasing his skill cooldown. That would be really great, guys. That would be really great. So I think this is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and please leave your comments and opinions in the comment section below. I would really love to respond to it, and I would really love to hear your feedbacks, guys. And see you guys in the next video.